Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, it's the first of the month. So you know what that means? It's Top 5 Favorite Decks Day. Top 5 Favorite Decks Day. Top 5 Favorite Decks Day. What does that mean? It means that we look back upon the decks that I played in July of 2024, and I pick out my top 5 favorite decks I like to play and give them a little shine in the spotlight one more time. All right, so if that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, a person whose last name is Old Germanic for man about town, Dr. Yukon Sucket. Yes, thank you. Filmed for a live studio audience. Thank you so much, Yukon Sucket. Word to your mama. So, I'm broadcasting to you from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you the top 5 favorite decks of July 2024. Once again, we are looking back upon the decks I played in last month. I picked out my 5 favorite decks, the ones I thought were really good. And I'll tell you what, number 1, they're all rotation proof, 100%, meaning that you can play them all again today if you want to. They are ready to go. And number 2, I don't know if I had number 2. They're all rotation proof. That was important. Number 2, I really like playing them. Oh, yeah, I really like playing them. That was it. So let's get to it. The question is, what makes a deck my favorite deck? All right, so let's figure it out. Number 1, it has a good chance of winning. So I'm looking for a deck that's going to have like 60% maybe on a win rate. Now, that doesn't mean anything, really. I'm not talking about like on like when you play it like 10,000 times, pretty much every deck is going to have like 50%. You know, 51, 52, 54. 54 is a great number when you play it 10,000 times. I'm talking when you personally play it like 10 times, I'm looking to win like 6 times, right? 6, 7 times out of 10. That's what I'm looking for, just because when I play it, I want to win a little bit more than I lose. I don't mind if I lose with it a little bit. I just want it to feel like a winning deck for me. Number 2, I want it to put up a good fight. That's the thing, is I'm not one big into like control decks where you're just sort of sitting there, you know, not doing anything, wiping the board every once in a while, and then eventually doing something that kills your opponent. You know, I mean, I do enjoy a good mill deck from time to time. Mostly that's more of like, I'm just trying something weird or different. I'm looking for a fight deck. I like a good aggro deck. I like something with some fighting. Mid-range, sure, that's usually pretty good as well. So anyways, I'm looking for something that puts up a good fight. I'm looking for something that lays down cards early. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3. You're putting down some stuff. You're getting into it right away. Let's see, number 3, interesting cards or interesting synergy between the cards. Yeah, like tribal's also a big way with me too. Like a lot of times if it just has like a bunch of cards, they don't do anything with each other, but they're all like, I don't know, goblins or something. You know, that's cool. It's fun just because they're all goblins, but I also want them to help each other out. You know, you got a lord in there that's pumping everything up, or something that whenever it attacks, it does damage equal to the number of whatever the other creatures are at the same time. Yeah, man, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for some synergy there. Otherwise, like interesting cards, like Sheoldred is a good interesting card. It's because it comes out, it sits there, and it does damage. You don't have to do anything. Urbrass Forge is an interesting card. Yeah, those are some good cards that have things that are going on. It gets bigger every turn. I mean, it's just super cool that way. So that's what I'm looking for. Interesting cards or synergy between the cards. And lastly, for bonus points, I'm looking for something that has a big finish. What I mean by big finish is maybe you got Sivon Devastator. You wait till the end. You pop it out for like 7. It's got flying and haste. So pretty much they have no idea it's coming, and you hit them for 7 points of damage. You know, or let's just say you have like Warleader's Call Out, and you use like Song of Totentanz. You play that for like 5 rats. You do 5 points of damage, and then you're attacking them with 5 hasty 2/2s, which if they have no defense, that's 10. So you're doing 15 points of damage in one turn potentially. Yeah, that's a big finish. That's the kind of stuff that I think is great. It doesn't have to have that, but there's definitely extra credit for that kind of a big finish. All right, so anyways, those are the qualifications that make a deck a favorite deck in my book. What we're going to do now is we're going to take a look at my 5th favorite deck. What is it? All right, we're playing against Rising Apricot. Rising Apricot. 2 words that go great together, apparently. 1, 2. Need to grow. A little bit fast. Nope. No whistling at your horses. I hate the fact this comes out slow. Sure, it's got some beef, but I also need that. Grab this guy's hand. Looks like we'll be doing that a bunch. All right, we got time on the other ones. Deep Cavern Bat. And the freebooter. All right, we just got a Liliana on this guy. What's this guy cost? 5? So you can't do it. Oh, there you can, because Quintaris handled it. All right, I can get rid of 2. He's going to keep his Jin Cataxis. The Blue Sun's Twilight. He's going to grab control stuff. There's nothing to control. All right, we got to kill. Let's see. 1 up, take out that guy. 2 over this way. And swing in. I don't know what he's got. Is this thing any good? Oh yeah, Prickle Fairy is good. Oh, that's right, I like calling him the Pickle Fairy. All right, let's open the door. Sacrifice. Go get ourselves a Pickle Fairy. I got to beat it one more time. I'm not sure I want to be discarding those. The problem. You don't earn the mana for it. Or you do. And we win! Suck it, suckerfish. Suck it. Alright, so here we are with Golgari discard. And yeah, I did like this quite a bit. The reason why is because it has a very robust discard capability to it. Plus, you get to play your super cool, Golgari cards that, Golgari is good for. What was good about Golgari? We got Glyphs of the Sunslayer, you got Shouldered Apocalypse, Archfiend of the Dross, Loaded Contaminator, some Terra Sunder. Yeah, that's all great. Liliana even, right? But then you start mixing in like Invasion of Eldraine with the Pickle Fairy, man. And what does the Pickle Fairy do? 2 or fewer cards. It's almost like a shoulder unto itself, right? Because we're keeping him pinned down with low cards. He's not drawing a lot. If he had shouldered out, it'd be even worse. I just kind of like that whole thing where we're forcing the discard, keeping their hand low, and then punishing them for it. So yeah, that's what I like about it. It just has a great feel to it. It's a strong deck, but the discard element to it makes it's got a certain extra spiciness that I really, really like. So anyways, yeah, I thought this was a great deck. It ended up being one of my favorites of January 2024. Alright, playing against E-Mack. Alright, Ruby's our first turn. Let's go get him. Alright, so that's 3. We could technically put out our 4th next turn. Let's see what he has there. Our best forge? Fine. Let's go Squee while we can. Because Squee's kind of like Urbask Forge. And that technically if they don't get killed, then they get stronger every turn. All right, you got a green. I don't think you're going to be able to do much against Ruby at this point. You wanted to kill Ruby, you coulda. Alright, Raptors. Apparently I needed the double red, which I didn't have. I'm down to 11. What's this guy got on him? Going for the fight. Basically, if I want to pump up Ruby, I need to attack with something with 4 or greater. We need to keep a Raptor open is what we need. I think this is it, unless he's got something disastrous on him. 1, 2, 3, in your face, E-Mack. Victory! Alright, here we are with Gruul Haste. One of the things I love about Gruul Haste is it just reminds me of a standard like Ravnica Gruul deck, where he's got a bunch of guys and creatures that hang out and do very, very gruely things, which essentially has come out just raging. Super fast, super strong, pump each other up, just going nuts on people. Like Rampaging Raptor, that's so Gruul. Samut is a good guy. I think Arbalest Engineers is great. The fact that it can come out with Trample and Haste and +1/+1, make it into a Trample Hasty 3/3, but you got much more facilities with it. I mean, they've just got a lot of value. So altogether, it's such, if you're just looking to play Gruul and you're not, I mean, the thing is that your dinosaur Gruuls are just really beefy. And the old werewolf Gruuls, those are last rotation, right? So this is where it's at, man. Now, I don't know. It could be with Bloomburrow. There's some other Gruul variants that are cool. I haven't ran across it yet myself. Maybe I have. I don't remember what I played. I did lizards and bats. I don't think there was any Gruul in there yet. Anyways, I think this is a great deck. I just love how fast and how strong it is. If you're an aggro player, you'd love this deck. And that's why it was one of my favorites of this last month. I played against Giuseppe. What are we going to discard here? All right, I got a couple of Bramble Familiars. I'm trying to get up to Griff Triplet's level there. He's going to try to kill stuff. Is that the deal? He's actually doing a bunch of discardy kind of stuff. All right, we got 3. Gotta get up to 6. Three, here's 4. Sure, why not? 5. I guess into Hulking Raptor, provided we keep it alive, it'll rocket us into the Gruff Triplets. There we go. There's our friend. Can I analyze 8? I doubt it. 2? Not enough. Search your database for linear. You have collected and reveal a card. Basic land is what I'm going for here. That's fine. All right, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If he kills off the raptor, we're still good. Whatever, man. You don't have any mana. I know you got to touch it, but you also got to let it go. All right, at this point, it's pretty cool. Now it's got to get some guys to copy them. We need to create some sextuplets here. All right, come at me, brah. Oh, that is dumb. I have to have a discard. All right, that sucks. Oh, next turn we could do that. I thought, oh, that's fine. I just need the mana. Nope, I have to have something to discard. Yeah, I know. You don't know what to do. Thing is, I got to pull something out of my deck that actually is something better than just a land. All right, now things are getting a little dicey. All right, pass the rock, yo. Talk about stupid lands, man. I don't have enough mana. I do good. Man, good. And all we're getting out of is a hulking raptor. All right, that kind of sucks. Apparently, the two cards he has aren't what he likes. If it wasn't for Death Touch, I'd be slamming you right now. All right, Giuseppe, come on. Pass the rock, yo. There we go. That's some good stuff. Yeah, is that what you want to do? All right, pass all those tokens across. There we go. All right, those trampoline 15s are looking good. Dude, they'd just be passing them over more. 30s. All right, things are looking good. He's only got 2 mana. He can't wipe the board with that. Go for one more kill. 60. He's out of mana. This has been way too much mana. Negative 53. Boom, boom. Goes the room. Victory. All right, so we are with the Sextuplets deck, and it was one of my favorites last month. What I liked about it was because of the cool combo facility of getting those Gruff triplets, and then duplicating them using the Visage Bandit, the Hulking Metamorph. What else do we have doing that? Same kind of thing. Thought there was one more in here. But, and then also like the Railway Brawler, just totally buffing things up. Passing those tokens over when the Gruff triplets get, when any one of them gets killed. The ramp on this thing is pretty fantastic. So altogether, it had a really smooth play to it. And once you get out the Gruff triplets, it's pretty much game over for the people you're going against. The biggest problem you have would be a board wipe. As long as you don't run into one of those, you'll do pretty well. All right, so anyway, Sextuplet triplets for Simic, man. Yeah, this was an incredibly cool deck to play. All right, playing against Hammer. Sure, let's try 2 mana. Let's see if we can make this happen. I guess picking up either red or white will tell me which of these 2 cards I'm going to play. This needs to wait till a lot later. Either of these 2 cards are going to go great. Yeah, let's just kill it. I should have waited. Maybe I'll wait this time. I don't have the mana to go forward. That's not great. I'll wait until next turn. Jeez, people. All right, come on, third mana. There we go. It's something at least there, right? Let's get our own Squee out. That kind of keeps me from playing Temporary Lockdown or Brotherhood's End. Well, now I'm not quite so concerned about it. All right, keep laying them out there, Lorraine. Yeah, all right. This is all looking really good. All right, it's going to be temporary lockdown. Let's go for our attack first. Unfortunately, that takes out our own goblin, but he did what he's supposed to do. Deal with it across the board. All right, what's he got up here? 4. You can put one out if he kills the other one. All right, let's go to town. 1, 2, 3. I can do 5 right now. That's 5 to the face. 10 across the board. Victory! All right, here we are with Ratpocalypse. And, you know, the funny part is I call it that because that's what happens at the end. You know, you play your cards, you play your cards, you play your cards, and then the rats come. And once the rats are there, the game's over. That's pretty much the way it goes. Or else it's just a weak flail at the end to prove you had some sort of strength. But, you know, then you die immediately afterwards. Because, yeah, when you play the rats, they're just going to go for it. Hopefully they got a Warleader's call out. You can play this for like 4, 5, 6 rats. That's 4, 5, 6 damage. And then you got like, you know, 4, 5, and 6 hasty 2/2s. Man, there's practically, it's like the heron or the crane kick from Karate Kid. When done right, there is no defense. Anyways, you got Elder Dragon War, Temporary Lockdown. You've got the Brotherhood End. All those are there to sort of wipe the board. This is kind of an aggro deck. We are trying to wipe things out and then come out with our rats to nail things. Soften them up big time with our early hasty guys. It's all good. So that's what I like about this deck is because it's got a lot of that hasty red aggro. But with the white in there, it gives you the kind of like, the lockdown, that control that makes things so good. And then finally wiping things up with Warleader's Call and Song of Totentanz. Yeah, that is a very decent semi-combo that does a lot of really good stuff that I find to be incredibly fun. All right, so that, as you can see by watching that gameplay, yeah, Ratpocalypse is one of my favorite decks of July 2024. All right, we're playing against Leftover Brack. I thought maybe if I just muted him, he would jump up immediately. That's not the case. That guy just needs to get popped. He's busy. No, he's just a warrior. Cool. So shoot the sheriff will take him out. No problem. A frog. He's being chased by a bunch of rabbits. Nice. Super Double Strength, activate. Can't block him. You are down to 8. Okay, it takes a mana. Takes 2 mana to make that guy have Death Touch, so that can't happen now. You got your blocker. With this guy out, he'll be a hasty guy. Let's just go for it like this. Touch them all in an icky way and send them in. All right, you're taking at least 9. I mean, you got green. You might be able to do something kooky. Apparently not. Victory! All right, so here we are with Skeleton Tribal, and it's a fantastic deck. Really, really, really good. The thing I like about it is for being black, it's hasty black aggro. Oh man, I love that. Plus, it's tribal at the same time, and the way that the skeletons have synergy, man, that is some fantastic stuff there. When you finally get out Corpses of the Lost, things just start. It's like everything's greased and ready to go. And you're swinging in with 3s. Half of them can't be blocked. Yeah, and then we've packed it up with creature removal, which goes a long way with opening up the door to letting these skeletons touch people with their icy finger of death. Yeah, no, Skeleton Tribal, it's a deck a lot of people are playing. Like I said, my particular version has got a lot more creature removal in it than other people's does. That's because I'm a much more a fan of creature removal. I like the fact that this deck has stuff at the high end, just in case we do get strung out a little bit long. I can tell you, Gisa at turn 5 is so incredible, and definitely like puts this deck into third gear, really. Yeah, and the Hunted Bonebrute, sure you got to put it out for 2 and then pop it again for whatever it is. It's like, I forget how it goes, 3 then 2, something like that. But anyways, you get a 6/2 out of the deal with Menace. That is nuts. That is completely nuts. I don't like it when you put out the 2 dogs, so I do everything I can to prevent that from happening, which is why it's a little bit slower. But if you can have Corpses of the Lost out, so that way you pop it out once, and then on the next turn it becomes like no matter what, it's attacking because it was already in play when you burst it from its disguise. So yeah, no, it's a fantastic card in this deck. Altogether, this is a tight deck, very aggro, and it is wonderfully efficient. So that's why it became one of my favorite decks of this last month. All right, so here we go. We're taking a look at the top 5 decks for July of 2024. Yeah, the big weird thing about this last month is that we were all just holding our breath for Bloomburrow to come out and for the Standard to rotate out. So people really weren't playing a lot of new decks. So therefore, all of these decks are rotation proof, which leaves them a little lacking in comparison to today, where we want to see a little bit more Bloomburrow cards in it. Number 2, I personally made every single one of these decks because I was just messing around trying to get other stuff to be rotation proof and trying to find something that was still worth playing at the very end of the meta here. So yeah, that's what makes it weird, is that these are all my decks, every last one of them. In order, though, how I particularly like them: Skeleton Tribal, Ratpocalypse, Simic Sextuplets, Gruul Haste, and Golgari Discard. Yeah, I think the reason why the Skeleton Tribal took the first place for me was because it just seemed very consistent. It likes to come together. It likes getting a bunch of 3/3s. It feels very Moneyball to me. Plus, with that direct creature control that we have, probably about half our deck wrapped up into, it feels like we have strong opportunities, much stronger opportunities to win consistently than all the rest of the decks. The other decks are great, but Skeleton Tribal just feels like the best to me. It was also probably the least original of all the decks, but still, there you go, Skeleton Tribal. And I just want to talk a little bit about the Ratpocalypse, just because, once again, it's not a rat tribal deck. There's not rats all over it. There's only one rat card in the whole thing. But man, when those guys come out, the game is over. Because usually we're comboing with something else. It's just that giant explosion at the end that wins the game. And Ratpocalypse does that. So, yeah, got to give it to Ratpocalypse. I love Song of Totentanz. I don't think I play it enough. But that definitely is a Dr. Suckit card. All right, so there you go, my top 5 decks. If you decide to play with these decks, I hope that you have as much fun with it as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.